What up? What up? What up? It's that time of day, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the end of day report with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com. Boy, oh boy, what an interesting day it was. The markets rallied like there was no end in sight, like everything had been solved and kumbaya. Here we are. I have to tell you though, man, that was some hopiism like I never seen before. But it was to be expected. Basically, all we did was fatten the calf that we're getting preparing for slaughter. And I am one of those individuals that is salivating at the chance, at the opportunity to go straight up smorgasbord on this market. I am so excited about it. Aren't you just excited about it? Come on, be honest. Be honest. You know you're excited. You know what time it is. You know what's about to happen. And we got to do what we got to do. So we're going to look at some charts today. And I must say that when we look at these charts, I'm sure some of them will be rather interesting to you. And we'll throw some things out of there. Take a look at where we go from here. What does it look like? Does it look like corrections in markets? Has the market gone from bullish to bearish? Blah, 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 blah. That's what we're going to be looking at. And then we'll take it from there. To start us off, let's see here. Give me just a second. All right. So to start us off right now, we have a few markets that today's movement really didn't make a difference. And that's kind of funny. Let's see here. I'll start off with the Russell. No, we got silver. Okay. So in silver, we're in a bullish market now. Okay. Silver is officially bullish and the bias is to the upside. All right. The bias is to the upside in the silver. All right. The Russell is still in a bear market, but it's in the correction stage of a bear market with rally alert for tomorrow. Crude oil is still in a bear market, but it's in a corrective bear market with bias toward the long side of the market. The NASDAQ has a rally alert for tomorrow, and it is in a bull market. Nat gas is in a bear market with bias to the downside. Gold futures are in a bull market with bias to the upside. E-mini S&P 500 is in a bull market with bias to the upside. As a matter of fact, we got a rally alert for tomorrow. Taking a look at Bitcoin Futures Composite Index, it is in a bull market with a rally alert for tomorrow. That's right, boys and girls. We have a rally alert in Bitcoin Futures Composite Index for tomorrow. Taking a look at the Dow Futures, it is in a bear market, but it's in a corrective bear market with a rally alert for tomorrow. Taking a look at wheat is in a bear market with bias to the downside. Taking a look at soybeans is in a bear market. The momentum is to the downside, but it's looking like the bias has changed to a more bullish nature, so we could be putting in a short-term bottom. We'll see. Corn is in a bear market, but it's in a corrective bear market with bias to the upside. We have the Japanese yen in a bear market, but it is now correct. It's in a corrective bear market with bias to the upside. The Kiwi, New Zealand dollar, is in a bear market with bias to the downside, but it has a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Looking at the British pound sterling is in a bear market with bias to the downside, but we have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow. Could be putting in a bottom there. Looking at the euro dollar is in a bear market with bias to the downside, but looks like we have some green shoots of positive momentum that could turn into something. We'll have to see. Taking a look at the euro yen, it is in a bear market, but we have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow. Taking a look at the Australian dollar, we are in a bull market with the bias right now leaning toward the buy side of the market. We have an oversold market condition, so we're looking for the market to bounce tonight into tomorrow. And finally, the Canadian dollar is in a bull market with bias to the long side of the market. All right, so that's what we're looking at as far as our rally and crash alerts. Now we can look at those charts. Now that we just read off the alerts for tomorrow. So give me just a second here. Something is looking weird, and I don't know why. I don't know why it is looking so weird, but we'll make it work. All right, let's see. Someone says, hey, Dex, I remember you saying a few days ago that Beyond Meat has a real chance to fall up to $30. I was wondering if you could check the chart for me. Yeah, I added Beyond Meat to our daily list. So every day, at the end of the day, we're looking at about 30 charts. Beyond Meat was added for you. As a matter of fact, I think I added it for you. As a matter of fact, I think you were one of the ones that were asking about it all the time. So I added it. Also added the Mexican peso because someone in the trading room asked about that. So we've added that. We've added quite a few charts to that, and I'm sure the Beyond Meat is still on here. Let me just check and make sure that it's going to pop up for us today. Let me just look and see. Yep, it's on here. It is on here. All right, if you guys don't see your chart that you asked for, just let me know, and I will I'll be sure to add it, okay? Just leave me a note in the trading room. All right, as a matter of fact, since you brought it up, we'll start with Beyond Meat today. That'll be our first chart. How about that? All right, here we go. Let's knock these out. All right, so Beyond Meat is our first victim. Will we be raiding this market tomorrow or what? All right, so peep this, fam. Look what we got here. All right, so we have this crash alert that we gave a few days ago. So far, it has been unproductive. The market has been trading inside of the range that has been established by this crash alert bar. So we haven't had any production yet, but I'm still riding with the system. The system is still short bias. And based on today's trade action, we're at the beginning stages of another bearish weekly trend momentum. So bias is still to the downside, still selling on this one. We're not buying pullbacks or dips. We are selling this rally. We're selling this rally right here as the market is moving closer and closer to filling this gap right hither. All right, so Beyond Meat, sell bias for tomorrow's trading. Taking a look now at XRP, switching over to the crypto side of things. We're still in that Kumo cloud. Ain't nothing changed. All right, you're just bouncing off the bottom end of the range. Market should be gearing up to go back up toward the top of the range. Who knows? Just remember, whenever you are in the killer Kumo cloud of consolidation and death, market prices tend to bounce all over the place within the cloud. So until we are outside of this cloud officially, there's really not a lot here to see. All right, moving on to W, looking at Wayfair. Wayfair has been productive, extremely productive. Remember, we had this crash alert that I warned you about some days ago. Then we got a secondary crash alert, and now here we are. So both crash alerts have been productive. The market is falling. And right now, technically speaking, based on today's price action, we have filled this gap. But I believe the market wants to run lower. It wants to test trend line support down here near the 120, 115 area. So it is what it is. All right, moving right along. Let's move on to the bond market, ticker TLT. TLT is still sideways movement, but it's starting to show something interesting here. So here's what happened. We're in this Kumo cloud, the killer Kumo cloud of consolidation and confusion. And notice how we came off of the primary crash alert here, came down into the cloud, tested that trend line support, all right? And then we got a technical bounce off of this rally alert here, which was productive, got up here to the top end of the Kumo cloud, and now we've dropped back down to the bottom of the cloud. This is a perfect example of how price action can be sporadic inside of the killer Kumo cloud of consolidation. All right. Looking at the Swan, Swan got a little bit of a lift off today, but not really. Not really. This market, the Swan should do really well in bullish conditions and do not as bad per se in bearish conditions. But this right here is just silent. Nothing happening. Looking at the S&P 500, the SPY ETF side of the aisle, we got a breakout today. Market did break out, but we had a pretty much narrow range. It didn't like really just explode. If you look at today's trading range, okay, so you had what, 4 points. All right, so you had a $4 range in the trading today. Not too much, not too bad. I mean, it gapped up and just stayed up, no backing and filling or anything. So very interesting. So yeah, and this came off of this rally alert here. All right, now we got a secondary rally alert for tomorrow's trading in the S&P 500. Let's see if the market is long in the tooth, see if it can do it, or is it going to pull back and fill and close this gap. Right now, the bias is to the upside with this rally alert in the beginning stages of a bullish weekly trend momentum. So I got to ride with the system and say that the bias is to the upside on the E-mini S&P 500 by way of the SPY. All right, silver is breaking away. First we gap, then we gap again. This is quite strong because, you know, it consolidated, and then it just broke out. So silver is looking mad bullish right now. We are in a bull market on the daily chart. Silver is at that situation right now where I'm looking to get involved. I know we're going to back and fill these two gaps. So once that's done, looks like silver could run. But just don't do this back here. Remember back here, it got us all happy, you know. But the thing that was different between this chart, I mean, this back here and this right here is that the trend line was not in the Kumo cloud. This trend line is outside of the Kumo cloud as well as price. Therefore, this is looking nice and quite bullish. I'm looking to get involved on this one. I like the SLV here, and I think we may have something. All right, we might have something, but I want to see the market back and fill. You know how I feel about that. When markets just pull away like that and don't fill those gaps, it's not strong. It's like building a house on sand. Okay. All right. So that's my position on the silver. Long bias. So you said RCI. Let me see here. Is that Rogers Communications? That's what I got. RCI is Rogers Communications. RCII is Rent-A-Center. So which one you talking about, my man? RCI. Can you please tell me what is that? Is that the Rent-A-Center or is that Rogers Communications? I'll give you a moment to type it real quick so we can move forward. Is it RCL? Okay, thank you for the correction. RCL. All right, so Royal Caribbean Cruises. Yep, I know that's the one. Okay. All right, let's see what's up. Yeah, they did ask for a bailout too, didn't they? Yes, they did. All right. So we got, it's probably hard for you to see, but we got up into the Kumo cloud now. This kind of looks like the crude oil chart, like the OIH chart. Remember how it's been looking like this? So right now, you're trying to move up toward the trend line resistance. It's coming off of a rally alert that we got here a couple days ago. And now the rally alert has been productive. We're up here bumping against upward resistance. So yeah, just look at tonight's report on this one. This should be under the equities report. All right, so whatever the system is giving you on that, that's where you're going to find the details of it. but you are in a bear market. You are bumping up against resistance right now. You have the beginning stages of a bullish weekly trend momentum that could be flourishing here. And you are in the killer Kumo cloud of consolidation now, so anything also goes. I'm not so sure. I'm really not so sure. System is still long this though, so I would have to ride with the system on this one and just do whatever the system says on the report tonight on the Royal Caribbean. All right, looking at the triple Q NASDAQ 100. All right, rally alert for tomorrow. Bias is to the upside, and we are in a bull market. The market is not yet exhausted. Taking a look at OIH, which is looking like that Royal Caribbean. Remember I said they look the same? Look at that. Here's crude oil, and then look at the Royal Caribbean. They look extremely similar. And look how the OIH just punched inside of the Kumo cloud and is bumping its head on the resistance as well. Interesting that the Royal Caribbean cruise has the same chart pattern as crude oil. Who would have ever thunk that they were correlated like that? Interesting correlation. I'm telling you, that is weird, man. Identical chart situation right now. Identical. Let me see. So any change of adding CHK, Chesapeake Energy, crazy moves Friday and today, huge spread, 52-week high. All right, let's peep it. Let's peep it. You know what I mean? Let's take a look. Let's take a look under the hood. All right, so CHK. Chesapeake Energy. That's under our whatchamacallit also. That's under the US Equities report as well. Okay, this one is doing nothing. What crazy moves you talking about, player? You talking about the new 52-week low? Yeah, it sure did. This right here is a really good example of that. There's a school of thought, okay? There's a school of thought among technical analysts that goes way back in the day. I never subscribed to it because I could never find any type of data set that was correct other than your occasional anomalies. What do I mean? Here you go. This market's hitting a new 52-week low, and it did not correct and bounce off of that. Some people believe that you get like this V-shaped recovery once you hit a new 52-week low in something, and that, as you can see here, that's not what's happening. It's just look at these last several trading days. There's been like no trading range, but just a slow drip down to these new 52-week lows. All right, even back here, you had these small narrow range days. But on the decline, you were getting these real full bars. Look at these full bars, right, on the way down on the first thrust. Then you consolidate with narrow range bars. Then you drop and even gap on narrow range bars. Then you extend just a little bit here on the technical bounce, and then you just go right back down to your dot bars where your open, high, low, and close are the same price. And then we get this rally alert here. Rally alerts, for the most part, have been unproductive, and but crash alerts have been, quite the same. During this consolidation phase back here, you weren't getting any type of anything. This is not ready to do anything yet. You're in a bear market. You got a extended bearish weekly trend momentum reading on top of that to boot. This market's not ready yet, man. I know it looks great to say, ooh, I bought the 52-week low. I bought it at $12. How much lower can it go? It can go a lot lower. It can go a lot lower. Remember, when you're dealing with equities, you're dealing with two different markets. All right? This is class time. All right. Stock Trading 101. You're not going to hear this in any other book, I assure you. You're not going to get this even in your college accredited courses. All right, those you trying to go for your MBA, you're not going to get this there either. Are you ready? Here we go. When you're trading equities, you're trading not one market, but two markets. You're trading the information side and you're trading the technical side. All right? Information versus technical. So even though the chart is saying bear, 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 care bear, be a care bear, love a care bear. This is cheap. Get it while it's cheap. It's cheap. Nope. It's cheap for a reason. So according to the technical side of things, you may be thinking, oh man, we're going to buy this pepper. We're going to make all this money. We're going to buy it at 12. And then when it goes all the way back up here to, $200-320 a share, we going to be rich. But what you don't know is there's not just a technical side when it comes to equities. There is also an information side. And as far as information is concerned, you are at a disadvantage. I do not care who you are or how much money you have or what kind of connections you have. You do not have all the information. All right? Because if you did, you would be arrested for insider trading. Equities has a bar, a firewall, a barrier that you cannot get through, and that's called information. The only information you have is what is released to the public, which could, and we do have historical precedent for this, it could be a lie. Books are often cooked. Do I have to bring up Arthur Andersen from the 90s to you? The big five accounting firms were all brought low and into the limelight for their creative financing. But of course, no one went to jail. But as you can see, you are at a disadvantage when it comes to information because a lot of things are hidden and a lot of things are kept from you. And also, even if you were on the inside, you could still have information disseminated to you on a need-to-know basis. All right, everything is compartmentalized. All right, so there will be a lot of things out of your purview, and even if you did know, legally you could not react or act on it without going to jail for insider trading. Just ask your girl Martha Stewart what that looked like. All right. You don't have insider trading laws for trading forex. You don't have insider trading laws for trading crypto. You don't have insider trading laws for trading commodity futures. You only have these laws that are for equities. So by very nature of how things are structured, you legally cannot know everything without going to jail. So if the CEO was your uncle and he got drunk over the family picnic and told you that he sold all his shares, he sold his house, he sold all his luxury cars and boats and planes, and he's moving to Aruba because the company's going down like the Titanic, and then Monday morning, this is a Saturday, Monday morning, you run to your computer terminal and you short the stuffings out of his company before the information is broadcast over the television saying that there's financial problems at the company and the CEO is MIA, and you act on that and you sell and you make millions of dollars buying put options or shorting shares outright, what will end up happening is your broker, first of all, would report it. The SEC would also see the run, the daily run, and be like, what a coinky dink. What a coinky dink. The day that this report comes out about the company, this individual took a massive position, a massive short position in this company. I wonder, was this just a coinky dink? Or is this fraud? Is this fraud? Is this a crime? Then they would look at your daily runs. They would go back days. They would go back weeks. They would go back months, and they would go back years to see just how well of a market timer you are. And if they don't see any trading history for you, just this one trade, or they look at your trading history and you're pretty much a loser. But on this one, you hit it big, though. They would say, bring Mr. Jones, Mr. Smith into the office for questioning. They would show up either at your job or your home, say, come with us, we have some questions for you, and you would be interrogated, and then you would be arrested, and then you'd be charged with fraud. And after they interrogate you, they would find out that your uncle got drunk and told you. They would go and they would find your uncle, and they would want to arrest him too, and then your face would be in the paper. This is not an exaggeration. This is an accurate assessment of what would happen if you had insider knowledge of any company, what was going on in any company. And if you made a ton of money off of it, you would be in trouble. If it came out that your uncle worked there, or you had a relative working somewhere, or a wife or a girlfriend or whatever, if you had any connection to the company and you made a killing, you and somebody else are definitely going to jail. So it's not worth it. So you got to understand you have a information deficit when it comes to stock trading. That's the only part about stock trading that can be dangerous, is because you don't have all the information. You can only use the technical. Anyone claiming they make a lot of money doing fundamental analysis alone on equities is lying. Sorry, you can't. It's impossible. It's against the law. You can't. All right. You can look at all the public information, all their accounting, earnings, debt, all the stuff, the K reports, all that other stuff. You can look at all that stuff. But remember, books can be cooked. Fraud can happen. There could be an extra set of books that the world doesn't know about, the real set of books. There's just too many variables. And another thing that kills stocks too, and it can kill you financially, is if you're trading a pretty decently priced stock, and it all of a sudden it says we're not giving out a dividend anymore, and the stock was known for giving out huge dividends, that could cause a moon crater in your account. I've seen it happen. I've seen where a stock closed at like $20-some on Friday and opened at $5 on Monday. I'm not being facetious. I'm being accurate. It was a stock. I think it was a Canadian stock, some stock. Anyway, it paid this ridiculous dividend, and then it announced that it was no longer going to pay that dividend when Monday came around. And whoever was long the stock at $20-some on Friday lost their shirt as they watched that stock fall from $5, and then it fell to 4 and 3 and 2, and you know the rest. So yeah, information can be deadly. That's why when you're trading, you have a little bit more opportunity to manage your risk than you do when you're investing in stocks. Investing in stocks, you're just hoping that eventually the price will balloon for you. Trading, you're not betting on that. You're looking at momentum in price, and you're looking for points to buy and points to sell. That's it. You're not looking to hold a position for the next 9 or 10 years. So that's why trading turns the tables and makes up for the information deficit that you have when you're trading stocks. Does everyone understand what has come out of my mouth? Does the class understand the words that have come out of my mouth? All right. I hope you do. All right. I got a plethora of stuff here in the live. Let's see. Dex, would you suggest getting into reverse ETFs for indices and holding to make sure to catch the gap up when the market crashes? No, that's not how I trade. I follow the system. I let the system tell me when to get into certain things. The reason for that, Jeff, is because you don't know when the market will turn. The system tells me when the market is ready to turn, and then I jump on board. Now, for the information deficit side of the trading, I have a built-in intraday price inflection points that are built into the system, so that even if it's not something that the system picked up on beforehand, the intraday price inflection points will tip the hand. So if certain things are hit, like circuit breakers and stuff, that's what some people look at. I look at the intraday price inflection points. If those are tripped, then that alerts me and lets me know, oh, something's happening. It's time to get short the market. or oh, whoa, something's happening. It's time to get long. So that's what I base it off, not just guesstimating. Well, let me go ahead and buy some inverse ETFs. No, inverse ETFs, just so you know, in my humble opinion, inverse ETFs are like options. They're pretty much designed to go to zero unless something bad is happening in the equity market. So you pretty much be wasting your time. You'd be better off shorting the stock outright if you can. You know what I mean? Because the ETFs are not necessarily going to coincide with all that. They're built to, but the market's been broken down for so long, it may not work that smoothly. But I do get what you're saying. Hey, Dex, I was going to do an in the money call on NVAX. Do you think the run is over? NVAX? I don't know NVAX. Let me see. Never heard of NVAX. Let me see. Let me take a look at that. All right, so NVAX. All right, so Novavax. All right, let's see what Novavax is. I do not know. Oh, wow. Nice. All right, not even know anything about the company. Doesn't matter. I'm looking at this price action. All right, so here's what happened. You had a few opportunities. You had a primary crash rally alert right here, followed by a secondary rally alert. Ladies and gentlemen, by the time you get to a secondary alert, you know what I'm saying? That's like your last chance before it's too late to get involved in a market. So we got production, massive production after that. We got it right here. Then we got another rally alert here, and the market just gapped on up again. So yeah, this is looking quite bullish. You are in a bull market, but I don't like all the gappage. It's not strong. It's not mature yet until we clean out all the gappage. All right. Can you start getting breakaway and runaway gaps? Of course you can. Of course you can. I would just say be careful because these gaps have to be tended to at some point. The market's not just going to go from $60 to $600 without doing something about these gaps. If it does, then the higher it goes, the higher the degree and probability that the market is going to crash down to these levels, no matter how high it goes. So the higher we go, the higher the percentage. So let's say tomorrow, instead of 60, it opens at 80. Then the next day it opens at 100. Then the next day it opens at 120. Then the next day it opens at 200. You are now at a 100% chance of a crash in that market. 100%. Guaranteed, straight up. So you want to see it sooner rather than later correct, build that support like it's supposed to in a bull market. The test of a bull market is its pullback to support. If the supports hold, you got yourself a bull market. If they fail, this was just a breakout, false breakout, and it's getting sold. All right. All right. Let's see here. So you did a reversal stock split and filed for bankruptcy. Really, Chesapeake? Yeah, that's right. You know, I think I did hear about that. Oh, a few days ago, a week ago, something like that. Yep. All right. Let's see. No equity lottery tickets, just jail time. Yeah, right. I used to know somebody who had the FBI come to his house after making some good trades. It wasn't insider trading though, so he didn't go to jail. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what they do. They look for anomalies. You can win. You can do really good on your trading. I've had my moments, Lord knows, but in equities though, they're looking for patterns. So if you normally don't even trade like that, and then all of a sudden you got this big $1 million trade in an equity, and it just so happens that some news broke not long after your trade, yeah, they're gonna come talk to you, and you better be able to explain beyond a shadow of a doubt that you've done it. You know what I'm saying? That you didn't cheat. And they know. If you're a trader, like you do a lot of trading, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what you do. You do, a couple of hundred trades a year, then they're gonna pretty much give you the benefit of the doubt. But if you're not a big trader, you may only do 2 trades a year and they always lose. And then all of a sudden you make this big, huge bet and you're trading larger size than you normally do. They'll be like, so what prompted you to trade outside of your norm? You're a 5,000 lot trader. Why all of a sudden did you trade 500,000 lots of the stock? See what I'm saying? What gave you that kind of boldness to do that? See what I'm saying? And they'll know. They'll look at what type of account you have. They'll do some digging to make sure. But only the only time they're going to come and bother you is if some big news came out right after your big huge bet. Then that's when they're going to come talk to you. But just because you make a lot of money in the equity market, no, they're not going to care about that. You can be right. You can make 1,000 trades in a year and every trade win in the equity market. They're not going to bother you. They're not going to really bother you. They'll be like, wow. I mean, somebody may approach you and want to talk to you about some kind of business proposal or something, but no one's going to threaten you with jail because you know how to trade. Nah. Only, like I said, if you're doing big trades and it's not and every time you do a big trade, something happens in the equity that you just traded. So like, let's say I shorted every airline stock on the morning of 9/11, right before the market, right before the situations jumped off. Yeah, they want to come talk to me. They'll be like, yeah, we want to come talk to you because we realized that you were short every airline stock a week before 9/11, and then on 9/11, right before they closed the markets, you shorted and you did it even bigger. They'll be like, what's going on? We need to talk. And yeah, you're gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna be kind of talk that you think. They're gonna really want to holler at you. So anyway, I'm off that. So GE. All right, so I'm off this one. You know what I said? This one needs to back and fill and build a support before I really believe that it's doing what it's doing. Let's see, GE. You want to see GE real quick? Let me see. This is Warren Buffett's friend right here from back in the day. All right, so General Electric, what are you doing? Wow, what a dog. General Electric is such a dog. All right, we got a rally alert for tomorrow. Maybe the market's ready to get up toward the trend line resistance, that 7 to 750 range. Right now, the initial target is between $7 and $7.50. That is where your resistance lies. If we can get production off this rally alert, then that's where you're going. Last couple of rally alerts have really not been all that productive at all because you've just been like consolidating and with a slow grind to the bottom. So maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the one to get you to production. So tomorrow, rally alert for GE. Light Cycle, thank you for the $2 donation. That was sweet. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see what else we got. Okay, how come they didn't go visit people who made big trades before 9/11, and especially before the lockdown and people buying up Amazon and Netflix? Satire. I know, right? Yeah, man, that is funny, right? But now, I don't know if you knew this, but there was a big trade done on airline stocks. All right. And to this day, no one has ever claimed the money made on that account. I think they made like $2 million or something like that. And the person never stepped forward to claim the money. So let me tell you something on that one. That whole thing was a lie. For anyone who is new to my channel, I dealt with that some time ago. I explained the inner workings of the markets and how that's impossible. And, the equity market, the New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street is built on know thy customer. All right. When you open an account, you got to put names to it. Even if you open up a corporate account, there still has to be signers and who's gonna be trading the account. And it's not just a corporate name. McDonald's just doesn't go and open up a trading account at Fidelity and just put McDonald's on the paperwork. No, someone's going to have to be a signer. We need to know who has controlling interest in the account, what that percentage is, who's going to be trading the account, what is their information. You need names, phone numbers, addresses, social security numbers, EIN numbers, etc., etc. All right. If they cannot verify you, you can't open the account. Don't no matter who you are. And they have to know what is the see when it comes to corporates too, because I think that's what they try to say, it was a corporate account, but they don't know who it is. That's a lie, because a corporate account is even more stickier. Corporate accounts have to be opened a certain way. Your articles of incorporation have to specifically say that you have the right and or ability, and it has to be in writing in the articles of incorporation, that you are allowed to trade equities, options on equities, commodity futures, options on commodity futures, forex, crypto, whatever. It has to literally spell that out in your application, in your articles of incorporation. And it can't be, I mean, the rules have changed, but at one point it's like the company couldn't exist only to trade or something like that. It was weird. But anyway, that's what I was saying. It's a lie that they don't know what account that was. Either the story about the account is a lie, or they're lying about not knowing whose account that is. All right, because that stuff is checked. And again, EIN numbers, social security numbers, all that stuff is on the application, and the names of the individuals that will be trading and managing the account. And the purpose of opening an account. Is it for hedging? Is it conservative? Is it capital appreciation, capital preservation? You want to trade bonds? You can be. I mean, all this stuff comes into light, and you got to be approved for all that. They don't just give accounts away. So the whole thing with the 9/11 story, either it's a lie or they're lying about not knowing, because that is impossible to not know what account that was. Either they say, well, it was for a company that was located in the building, in the buildings that collapsed. Oh, how convenient. How convenient that you don't know, because the paperwork is held at a brokerage that no longer exists. It was part of that. Well, here's something funny though. You know what's funny about that is that copies of those records are held off-site. The SEC has records and files on all that stuff too. Don't think the government doesn't know anything. Oh, they know. They know everything. They just don't want to talk about it. So anyway, just wanted to put that out there. All right, so your GE rally alert for tomorrow. Resistance around $7 to $7.50. Good luck on that one. All right, so here's your Mexican peso. Mexican peso is looking so-so. You're getting deeper into the Kumo cloud. You're really testing the trend line support right where it is right here. So tread accordingly. Bias is to the downside. Selling is still in play, even though we're getting closer to that trend line support right here. So you could possibly see a technical bounce between tonight and tomorrow. But right now, I'm saying it's not likely. It's looking like even if we do get a rally, our rally should be sold at this point in the Mexican peso. Hopefully that helps. Looking at Litecoin now, going over to the crypto side of things. All right, so Litecoin is out of the Kumo cloud and really struggling to stay above the trend line support. And I think that this rally is about to get sold here in this Litecoin because of the overhead resistance where we are now, $45. Between 45 and $47 is a pretty strong resistance. We're still in a bear market. Trade accordingly. Taking a look here at your junk bonds, JNK ETF got a little pop today, but it stopped short right at the trend line resistance. Very interesting. I believe this rally will be sold. Taking a look at the ticker IYR, like the real estate joint. Rally alert for tomorrow, but I don't think we're going to get over 75 in the IYR. That's your real estate. I think rallies will be sold in this one as well. Selling rallies. Taking a look now at the HDGE. This is the joint you want to buy for bear markets, and you see we're in a crash alert phase. This one is selling and dropping, so this market is still on the sell side, not ready to buy yet. Taking a look at HACK, HACK. All right, on this one, I'm looking at the rallies to possibly be sold here also, because we still got a ticking time bomb, folks. We did get production off this rally alert, but we're getting up here toward resistance, which is around that $43 handle. So I think that's where we're going to get sold. Taking a look at GLD for the gold side of things, we're in a bull market, but we got a crash alert for tomorrow's trading in the GLD. Looks like we got long in the tooth on the rally alert. It was productive, but now we got that crash alert, looking for the market to try to pull back somewhere around the trend line, around the 159, 158 handle, if we get production out of the crash alert in GLD. Taking a look at the GDXJ, GDXJ broke out here and it's trying to get some wind underneath of it, but we're bumping up against some major resistance here. We need a good solid close above $46.42 is what we're looking for. All right, if we can't get a close above that, this double top will be sold and sold heavy. All right, taking a look here at the GBTC, the ETF Bitcoin side of the world, and we are still not really popping. Bitcoin's been popping, got a rally alert for tomorrow and everything, but GBTC has a rally alert for tomorrow too, but it's just acting like a little munchkin. It can't even break out of this range from the prior day. What gives? All right, we'll see. All right, looking at the Ethereum ETF side of the street, we got a rally alert for tomorrow. Market may try to push out of this Kumo cloud, and the initial reaction, initial target is 120. Can we get to 120? Let's see. If not, we're in the killer Kumo cloud of consolidation and confusion, so we'll just keep running up in the bottom and top side of that range. Here's your Ethereum cash. See that? We got that primary rally alert, got production. Secondary rally alert, got production. Now the market's looking to try to run. So the cash market's trying to run while the ETF is struggling. We'll see what we can get here. We're now in a bull market in this Ethereum, and momentum, we have liftoff. Market is going to try to get back up toward the 230-ish range. If we can get some consecutive closes above 230, then we're doing some big stuff. That's what's up. Nah, light cycle, I'm sorry. Don't have access to KSM. That's not on my list. I'm limited on the crypto by the 19 or 20 cryptos that we have in our report. We only cover like the top 20 cryptos, and that's it. But maybe in the future, something I can look at and see if we'll add it. We'll see what's up. All right, let's see. You said in the UK, all police fines regarding lockdown breaches was deemed unlawful today. Wow. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's see here. Looks like someone believes in human rights. All right. Let's see here. So DNN, we've been watching it. It's really been just consolidating and struggling. Can't even get to 50 cent, man. So this is still a dog. Nothing's happening. Looking at CCJ got mad production on that crash alert. Secondary crash alert is still in play right now. Then we got that rally alert that cancels that out. So now we're in a trading range. And the market tried to break out of the trading range, but then closed right back down in it. So we had a rally alert for today's trade, and market did give us production and then reversed. So we'll see what happens. We're still under the guise. You got 3 to 5 days for this rally to manifest, either that or until we get another trade signal. So we'll see what happens on this one. But it looks like we're still in that corrective phase, and this thing could fall below the trend line support. So we'll see. Just follow the system on that one. All right, Bitcoin Futures Composite Index has a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow. I gave you that when I read off the report. Now you're just looking at I'm giving you the chart part of it. You can see the chart. Right here against this resistance, if we can get a push beyond it, then 11,000 is the next target. If not, we roll over to the trend line, and that's back here between 8,500 and 8,000 for Bitcoin. Taking a look at the US dollar index, if we treat it right back to the trend line support, it's just going between par, not par, par under par, par under par, and we're going nowhere. Taking a look now at the Dow futures contract, got a secondary rally alert for tomorrow. I think this market wants to try to run, wants to giddy up. Taking a look here at the Russell futures, the Russell, I made my hustle, secondary rally alert for tomorrow as well. Market's going to try to extend today's gains. We'll see what happens. Got out of that Kumo cloud, popped above the trend line resistance too. Coming off of this primary rally alert, secondary rally alert, we're getting production here. Let's see if we can make it another day. Looking at the crude oil futures, we're getting closer to the top of the Kumo cloud. We're inside of the killer Kumo cloud of confusion and consolidation. And so I'm still not impressed unless we break out of the cloud and get north of $35 on consecutive closes. And it can do it because the weekly trend line momentum is in a bull cycle. Still not trending, ticking time bomb, still not trending, but the market is just in that cloud. All right. Taking a look now at the NASDAQ 100 futures contract. Secondary rally alert for tomorrow and for tonight into tomorrow's trading on the NASDAQ, and a potential new bullish weekly trend momentum outlook is also in play. Let's see what happens. Taking a look at the E-mini S&P 500 futures contract, also a secondary rally alert for tomorrow. Looks like this market wants to try to get up and run as well. We shall see. Taking a look now at nothing else because we are done. Finally, we did it. We're done. Whew. I am tired of talking at this point. Alibaba earnings coming out on May 22nd with all techs beating earnings. How do you feel about buy in the money call for June? For Alibaba, let me see. Alibaba. Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. All right, here we go. All right, Alibaba. Whoa. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa. All right, so you broke out of the consolidation right here. All right, and you got gappage now that needs to be back and filled. The sooner the better. It is in a bull market, so you do have that. But it's just the initial thrusting of it. So we're going to need to see some solid closes here. You asked me about a June call. What was that strike price you gave me? Oh, you didn't give me a strike price. I mean, it's up to you, man. It is in a bull market. June is not enough time, though, because we're in May. We're mid-May now. So, time if you got a June call, your time decay is starting to accelerate. So this market would need to move hard and fast. A June call is not going to give it time enough to back and fill and do what it does and then take off again. If you bought a June, you're actually betting on continued breakaway gaps. You're betting that tomorrow we get another breakaway, the next day, the next day, the next day, and keep doing this until we get to June, basically. All right, remember with options, you only make money if at expiration of your option, the market is trading above your strike price for a call option. Call options, the market must be trading above your strike price at expiration in order for you to make the maximum. All right, and same thing with puts. The market must trade below your strike price on a put if you're going to be in the money and make money off of it. If it does not, if it trades, out of the money, then you've lost all your money that you paid for that option. So it's a play, man. I mean, how strong do you feel about this company? Let me just take a look here. The company ain't all that. It's not that old. It's a new company. So, all right, it looks like we got to 235. So 235 looks to be like the high. No, 231.14 is the all-time high so far. Market's trying to get back now. All right, so here's the first initial thrust of that all-time high. Then the market pulls back. Then we come up and test it again and fail, drop hard, come up here and fail again, fall down, and now we're come up here to test again. So this is lower, and then this one here is lower, and then this one here is lower than that one, and then this so far 215.28. Yeah, this one is higher than this one on the close. I don't know. Depends on how strongly you feel about the company. Remember, we talked about that information part of the stock. From a trading perspective, you're just looking to make your next buck. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that one. I don't normally do options. I like to trade the shares outright myself. I don't know, man. A 195, that's good that you're buying in the money. That is good. I tell you what though, if you're gonna, this is me. If you're gonna do it, you want to go for that delta, that 1-to-1 delta, because then that way, for every penny that the market moves in your favor, that's what you want to make that buck. You know what I'm saying? So you want it to be on par with as if you bought an actual, shares of it. So if you can get that one delta, then you're good. That 1-to-1 delta, you're good. All right. I don't know what your plans are, but if it were me, I probably would go for that. That's a little bit more risky because you're every tick of the market, you're going to be going up or down. Plus, you got time decay. I don't know, man. Like I said, that's a tough one. It's a tough one. Tune in 9 a.m. tomorrow. Dex got the news from the plunge injection team coming to a house near you. Yeah, you know it. You know that's right, man. You know that's right. We on it. We on it up in here. We up and popping. We don't play that. I tell you what, though, too, fam. Before I turn in tonight, I'm going to make a trading decision, and I will post that in the trading room. But I am looking to get involved, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I am looking to get involved. Just don't know yet what I'm going to do. So I'll let you know. All right. I will let you know. But once again, taking a look at this Alibaba chart, like I said, on the weekly side, this is what we're looking like. This gap does need to be dealt with. We got a gap on the weekly and the daily. See, it's prominent. Got to do something about that. So I don't know, man. All I can say is follow the report. Follow the report. Whatever the PulseWave price trigger report puts out on it, that's what I would follow. I can't always tell by looking at the charts, just to be 100% honest with you. I cannot always tell what to do just by looking at the chart alone. I have to have a little bit more. So that's why I rely heavily on the reports, because that's what tells me what to do. I look at the report, and whatever the report says, that's what I'm going to do. That's how I stay, pure in the game. If I didn't do that, then I will be guessing myself, and I didn't build my system to guess. I built it to take all the guesswork out of it for me. That way, I'm not trying to worry and be confused about what I'm going to do. So I just rely on the system, man. That's what I do. I say I'm an idiot. I don't know anything. I'm dumb. That's why I built the system. The system will tell me what I need to do and give me all the information that I need to make that well-informed decision. Because just by looking at it all the time, I could be tired. I could not be on point. I am tired. Been in the lab, man, all day. So yeah, I'm not at my best right now. I'm not at my sharpest right now. I'm about to finish this live, and I'm gonna go chill. I'm going to sit in the lazy boy, kick my feet up, and relax. And then right when I'm ready to turn in and go to bed, I will give one quick last glance at the markets, and then I will make my final assessment as to what I'm going to be doing. And I will definitely be doing something. Just haven't decided what that something is just yet. But I do know I will be doing something. More than likely, I will be um, following the report 100%. So I probably, it's looking like I'll be definitely doing a stop and reverse technique on the Russell for tonight. Oil, I think we're still locked out of. They won't let us trade. I can always try again. If they let me trade it, I'll let you know. Yeah, but that's what I'm looking at. Now, as far as silver, I like what I'm seeing in the silver too. I might just put some stuff in there and see what happens. But I do like it. I do like it. And I think I told you guys, we're trading the June gold, which is about to switch over, but we're trading the July silver, just in case you didn't know. So I'll make my decisions, but I'm definitely going to put some work in. Definitely going to put some orders in, and I'll let you know what I'm going to do. Gold is another one. I might go ahead and put something on for gold. We'll see. I'll let y'all know. All right, so yeah, hit that like button, man. Come on, man, hook a brother up. You know what you need to do, and I'm out of here, man. I'll see you, rest of you guys, in the trading room, and everyone else. I will see in the AM, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, and we'll see what's up. Oh, you got the PSLV? Isn't the PSLV in that Sprott, Kyle? Is that Sprott? Because historically, Sprott ETFs move super slow. Yes, I know you like it just from the fundamental side because I think they settle in the physical, right? Like if something was to ever go wrong, they would just cash you out with real silver. That's what makes them better than the SLV. But yeah, but see, I would have to look at it again. But historically, especially when silver was on and popping back between 2011 and 2012, man, that Sprott was barely even moving while SLV was on fire. I made bank off of SLV and trading silver. I was trading AGQ, SLV, and silver futures and silver spot back in 2011, up until 2012, man, before they say we couldn't trade spot no more. And I looked at the Sprott and it just wasn't moving, man. So I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean, if Sprott is on and popping, then I would do that. I think I have Sprott in there. Kyle, let me know. That's your homework assignment. Look in the reports, and if I don't have Sprott, please let me know, and I will add it because I do want to have it on the reports. Oh, they are on the reports. Excellent. Okay, thanks, man. I appreciate it, Kyle. Because I was just going to say if it wasn't on there, let me know. I would definitely put it on there. All right, I'm out here, fam. Peace to everybody. Just remember, we're here to make money. I told you this morning. I know I dropped that bomb on you guys. I'm telling you, it don't feel right. I told you enormous moves and stuff are coming. And this is our opportunity to make as much money as possible in these markets. I'm telling you, I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to do it. So you got to do it now. Now is the time, folks. Today, now. Because they're going to close people out. They always do that. They did it after 9/11. They closed people out of the market with the pattern day trade rule. Who knows what they'll do next? But see, people who already have active accounts, they can't do nothing with them. They always grandfather them into whatever the new rules are. But if you don't have an account, they'll make it hard for you to get one. So please get one now while you still can. Please, ladies and gentlemen, open up a real brokerage account. I'm not talking about no Robinhood or nothing like that. I said you want to go to TD Ameritrade, Think or Swim or Interactive Brokers or Fidelity, somewhere, a real brokerage place where you can trade both futures and equities, and that's what you want. You want a broker that you can trade futures and equities, even if you have no intentions of trading one or the other. You want to have your account set up, a margin trading account, so that you can trade equities and futures. All right, you want to do that. And if you don't have that kind of dough to trade any one of those, that's fine. Go to O&A, open up a micro forex trading account. All right. You need to do one of the other, if not both. You got to do it. No playing around anymore. Open and fund those accounts. Even if you're not ready to put live trades on, open and fund those accounts. You got to have your secondary income stream lined up, and it has to be producing for you right away. Because when they take this away, and I'm telling you, they're going to, they've done this over and over again. You're going to wish that you did. When they put out the reports and it's all over the news, O&A is no longer accepting new accounts. Established accounts are fine, but no more new accounts. Or T Ameritrade, Thinkorswim are no longer taking new accounts. I'm telling you, you got to get in the game. Do it now before it's too late. All right, I'm out. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. See y'all in the AM. Peace.